everyone, I'm PJ and this is The Closet. Okay, so today we're going to make something that's really quick, really easy. So I wanted to make a pillow, a couple pillows, but I wanted to make a pillow outside for my patio, an outside pillow. So instead of going and buying one, I had some material laying around. So I had this piece of material. Now this material is pretty sturdy. It's a little bit heavier than your most material, so I went and I grabbed this material. So what I did was I laid it out and I cut two pieces of material about yay big by yay big, however big you want your pillow to be. That's how big I made mine. I think it's like, I know it's 10 inches by like 18 inches or something like that. So once I seam it down, it's going to be shorter. So I wanted something contrasting to this. So what I did was I took the same material and I cut it diagonally. So that way, once I get it all finished, it's going to look like that. So what I did was I just took this material here, this diagonal piece, and I cut it sideways basically. Now what I also did with this is I took the stitch witch like we did before on the purse, and I stitch witched the back. Now all I'm going to do is I am going to sew this down because it's going to be on the pillow, and I don't want it to move or shimmy around the pillow because, you know, we're going to be laying on it or whatnot. So I want this piece to be attached to my pillow. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to attach this. Now it does look bigger on here, sticking out. But once I get this all attached, because you're probably wondering how I'm going to do this little tail at the top, but I'll show you how I'm going to do that. Another little trick that I'm going to do is this. Polyfill is kind of expensive sometimes depending on what you need and what kind you need. So this is what I do. I go and I buy a very inexpensive pillow. I think these are like $2.50 or something like that. So all I do is I just cut the batting out of this. I cut the pillow in half and I use the batting out of this, because I can get about 2 pillows out of this is what I can with the batting. So for $2.50 I can get a lot of use out of this one instead of having to go and pay like $4 or something like that for a bag of batting, which is not as big as that pillow. So that's what I use for my batting. So far I just got a little bit of money tied up into this because my material I already had, the thread I already had. So all I had to do was basically go buy the batting and a little bit of imagination. So let me go and get my 2 pieces sewn together, these 2 pieces sewn together, and then I will come back and we will sew the other side together and we'll get our pillow together. So give me a couple seconds and I'll be right back. Okay, so I got everything sewn together, and so of course it's inside out still. Now the only thing I do is I do cut these corners, so that way there's not a lot of bulk here like I've said before with the pot holders. And I've sewn all this around. So inside, as you can see, is where I've sewn our strip of sideways material. Of course I've only sewed it on the one side. As you can see, there's nothing here, just on the back side. So then once you go and you turn this inside out, that strip is going to be there and only on one side. So the only thing that I have left to do is cut this off so all the excess is gone. And we'll turn it inside out and see what we got. Hopefully I did it right. Because if not, it ain't going to look so good, is it? Nope. Nope, it ain't. Alright, let's see what we got here. Yes, you're just excited as I am, right? I'm just hoping that I did it right. Okay. What do you think? You think it's right? Close to being right. Maybe it's right. I think it's right. Okay. Alright. So there you have this little pillow that we did. So we got all this done. Let me So we have all this done. Now I have to push these ends out a little bit further. But this is our pillow. Now we were able to line everything up because we used the same pillow. So right here on this edge, everything is lined up so you have the same pattern on the front and the back. And also too, then you have this other vertical strip on there. So it kind of gives it just a little bit of extra decorative. Now you don't have to put the strip on there, but I liked it. I wanted to, so I did. It just gives it a little bit of contrast. So the only thing left to do now is to stuff it, and we'll be right back. Hold on. Okay, finished product. I did use the stuffing out of the pillow. You can stuff these, overstuff these, make them however you want. I didn't want them that stuffed because they are just going out on my patio. And I know a lot of people will just be using them just as a throw or whatnot. So I just wanted these for outside. But there's our finished product. And that's about it. It's pretty simple to make. You need 2 pieces of material. Make them the size that you want. Cut it on the vertical. All you have to do to cut it on the vertical is just take these pieces that you have. I have a lot of this left over. Just take the piece that you have, make your square, and then once you get the square all made, then you just turn it this way and just cut it as far down as it needs to be. So when you go to lay this down, make sure that this side is up, and then lay your material, where are we? Lay your material this way on it. Now all you have to do is just lay it like this. Put it down where you need it to be, where you think it should be. Take your chalk, your tailor chalk, and just make a little mark. Measure it out. Mine was 26 inches that I wanted to cut because I wanted it to flop over. And then that way, once we sewed it, it all sewed right into the seam. We didn't have to worry about trying to attach it. So I sewed it onto this piece. Then once we put our 2 pieces together, it just automatically sewed right into the seam. So we didn't have to do anything with it, as you can see. So it just sewed right in. So once we turned it inside out, it was already sewn in there. So we didn't have to do much to it. So that's about all there is. The only one other thing that I do want to show you is that I did use this pillow. And as you can see, I only used about half of it. So there you go. That's all it took to do this. So you could do another pillow if you wanted to. So because there's enough here, $2.50. I do think that this is a little bit cheaper than buying regular batting or one of those regular pillow squares that you can buy. So there you go. Nice quick pillow for out on the patio. And like I said, you can make these for on your couch. You can make them for a dorm room. You can make them for on your bed. Anything that you need to match or whatever, you can always go and get the material that you need. I just happen to have this laying around, and that's what I used. So please subscribe to my channel. I would greatly appreciate it. Also, thumbs up. Greatly appreciate that. Don't forget to hit the little notification bell. That way you know every time I upload a video. You can follow me on social media. I have Twitter. I have Instagram. It's both PJ's Closet 101. So if you want to follow me on there, I'd greatly appreciate that too. Thanks everyone for tuning in. I once again really appreciate everybody's support and everybody tuning in to watch my crazy stuff that I make. So with that being said, bye YouTube. Have a good day.